Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we've got the beast on the table. We have gotten our first order from Vitavon as a sponsor for the SCX6, and we are going to be throwing in portal axle upgrades for the Vitavon axles I already previously had purchased a couple years ago. This truck, when it came out, I knew I absolutely had to have it. And originally, I bought this as a JLU model. I still have the body for that, plus everything I need, because I kept that body for a trail truck. This, on the other hand, I would purchase this all separately, painted it, and put it together, because this is my rock crawler body, or my little bit of a bash body, I guess you would say. So I'm not really afraid to get it bent up or scratched or anything like that. As you can tell, it's already got a few scratches on it. But we're going to be putting in the portal axles that we got right here. These are from Vitavon, and these are a direct fit. Now you can only use these portal axles if you've already got the Vitavon axles themselves. This is not for a stock SCX6 axle. That will not work. You have to have the Vitavon axle. I do have some Super Swamper tires that I have modified. As you can see, I did a Texas style on there. I haven't used them since I've modified them, because I'd bought some Maxxis Trappadors for my truck, and I was trying those out. So I was really happy about that. Unfortunately, in all the mail confusion, I didn't end up getting my aluminum wheels. They got lost somewhere, so I had to get a refund for those. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and reorder another set of wheels. We'll see which ones I get. I haven't really set my mind on those yet, but, you know, videos, right? So here you can see I've got the Vitavon axles here. I did buy some skid plates for this truck because I did not want to destroy these axles. They're very, very nice finish on them and good craftsmanship. But for the pumpkins, I wanted to keep them pretty mint. I didn't want to have them all banged up and torn apart, so I got stainless steel skid plates. And I, as well, for the front as well. In order for these ones to actually fit on this vehicle or on these axles, I had to actually put some spacers in on top of them and put in longer bolts. So there's some aluminum spacers on the back side of this, and I just used another 5mm longer bolt in order to go in place. And this keeps the axle in relatively good condition. As you can see, this has already been beat up a bunch. I've had these axles almost as old as the truck is now, about 3 years, and you can see I've beat on them a bit, and they're holding up quite well. Definitely worth the money that I'd paid for the housings and everything like that. The quality is just remarkable on those. I knew when I bought the truck that I was going to be throwing in some serious money, because this is going to be one of those RCs that you're not likely to sell. This is going to be in my collection for a long time. I also do have Vitavon front shock hoops, and the reason why I'd bought in those is because this truck, when you buy it, has a problem with the steering link on the panhard. Will push out the plastic on the axle as well as on the plastic shock hoop. So you actually lose steering because as a result. So I'd actually gone ahead and I'd ordered those as well. So this truck has already had Vitavon on it to begin with, and now we're just going to add some more at a better price. So thank you, Vitavon, for partnering up with me and allowing me to upgrade my vehicles for a bit of a discount for showing videos. If you want this truck, subscribe to win it. Once we hit 10,000, I'm going to pick one lucky winner to receive this vehicle. After that, we're going to continue to give away vehicles and more products. So please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and we'll get to the fun.
Oh yeah.
All right. So one thing to talk about these Vitavon axles. They are quite expensive, but the quality is 100% there, like hands down. And they're not just an axle, it's a complete system. The ability to actually use the stock components on the front axle, you can buy the housings, and the housings actually come pretty much almost fully assembled for the rear. You get upgraded drive shafts for the rear, and you get your housing for the front. Now, the reason why I chose to go with Vitavon above everything else that's out there, yes, there are some a little bit cheaper axles, but you don't get nearly the same amount of upgrades that you can get with these ones. These ones, of course, this is a direct bolt-in with these. So you would swap this out, and then you put the upgraded portals in. And that was one thing that got me on these axles, because at some point you may choose to do that. The other thing is you can get upgrades for the portals as well. So you can get brass for the portals. You can get underdrive gear side is 18 and 18, and they offer a 17-19 conversion. That allows you to either get overdrive on the front, and by using the same gearing, you can put underdrive in the rear. Or you can put underdrive on the front and the rear to give you a lower gearing ratio. You can also give yourself a higher gear ratio if you so choose. You're also able to increase your overdrive with pinion gears in the axle itself, in the pumpkin, with the pinion and bevel gears. So you got a lot more choice here. I mean, the quality on these axles is redonkulous. The housing here, look how many bolts you got here with oversized bearings. As you can see, there's a good amount of ceramic grease in there. So very, very, very well lubed. So you will take the drive shafts out with the gear, and then you're going to screw in your new bolt, and that'll be put in on the inside of the portal housing, and then you reinsert your drive shaft. And if you are interested, Vitavon also makes a servo-on axle, front axle. So keep that in mind. And they also have a servo-on axle chassis that works with that axle. It's a way different build. They make so much stuff for the SCX6, it's not even funny, including SCX6 rock bouncer based vehicles. It's pretty nutty. Really super expensive. I think it's about $3,600 US. But, that's a full metal tube chassis with a cage. Alright, so now we got that in. Just going to go ahead and give a smear on here. I do drive in water sometimes, so I'm going to apply a thin coat of grease to the shaft here. That'll help if I ever need to remove these, just in case it does try to rust together on the bevel gear. And I'm going to give a little bit on the inner bearing. But here I have the stock axle versus the Vitavon with portals. So you can see that there is a difference in size. The comparison is about an inch on either side. So that gives you an understanding of what's going on. Now, I swapped out from the stock axles due to the construction of the plastics. The reason why I say that is because you're using such a heavy truck. Within just a few runs, I had worn down the plastic quite quite a bit. You know, your structural here is already starting to wear, and this used to be straight. Now it's more curved. It wore quite quickly and underneath. So I knew then that I would have to get more heavy duty axle. These are fine if you're not going to be driving it quite a bit, but you can see on the underside how everything's kind of, it's very thin structure. Like it's more ribbed than it is full. So, and like this piece here was pretty, it bent quite easily, which is why I put this this brace in here between here and here. That did help a little bit, but it still did get some flex. But yeah, the stock axles, they're a little bit more narrow through here. They did use a different construction on the interior on the Vitavon, which is why he sends you the new interior. You do use the bevel gear from the stock for inside, but yeah, pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the fronts on now. Remember, when you're doing this conversion, you do need to reverse your motor direction. All right, so we got our front portal axles in. Double check with your top hats to make sure right here and on the bottom that you're using those as a shim, because if you install them incorrectly, when you tighten up your bolts, they you won't have any play for your turning radius. So make sure that that's not going to be over tightened, because if it is, you're going to have to take them apart and reorganize them. For this set, I had the top hat portion on, or the rim on the top here, and the top hat portion on the inside of the bottom on both sides. On the other set that I had, it was both were on the inside, so inside here and inside here. But on this one, it was on the outside and then on the inside. So you do have some playability there to shim as you like, but now it's pretty easy to move back and forth. Again, you can see the difference in styling, a lot different. I did put this on here. This is aftermarket to protect this pumpkin, because I did want a little bit more sliding here so it doesn't get caught up on the pumpkin so much. But these are just an amazing axle. I love them. I think what I might do, though, is because we did gain an inch of lift, I'm probably going to drop the shocks down one hole, so right into the links. So show you what I mean here. So what I'm probably going to do here is right here. So I'm going to get a longer bolt, and we're going to run this right through the link, and the same on the front, and that'll give us decreased height. So that should work quite nicely. Well, it looks like I'm just out of reach of getting a proper size bolt. I've got a 32 and I need about a 38 to a 40 mil M4 to reach from the outside of the shock to the other side of the bracket here. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that until I get a better bolt. So I guess we're going to throw her back together and see how she goes. You guys ever run into that problem? You forget how to program the proper ESC? Well, a lot of the times you got to go into the receiver box to pull out the throttle cable. Sometimes you got to plug it directly into the ESC. The SCX6, on the other hand, plugs into the power button. So it's like, I actually had to YouTube that to find out. It's been so long since I've programmed this one. So we've now just changed that over to be from counterclockwise to clockwise. So we should be pretty good on everything. So we're going to go ahead and give this a little run. It has just occurred to me that I have not driven the SCX6 on any of the new stuff back here. Not saying that I built it for the size of this truck, but let's give her a rip. So we're going to try up waterfall here. Now, understand that the truck is at a higher center of gravity, so let's see what she can do. Oh yeah. Definitely going to be buying those those bolts soon. We've got a lot of lift on this truck. I mean, I don't even think 3.8 tires and wheels would rub on this at this point. So we're hitting our pumpkin there. That's the guard I put on it. You can hear. So you can see right here. Oh, try and grip. Oh, there we go. Oh. Little slop there. This servo is not the best. Let's see if we can grab, and climb. All right, wow, we're actually doing it. That's awesome. Let's see what's going on. I got the sunlight behind me, so I'm going to try and not get the camera in there. There we go. Lifting that one tire up. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, what am I caught on? Okay, so the back tire is perched up on that rock back there, and we're just lifting because the rear back tire here is gripping. Try and grip this way. No. Can we get it? Oh, she is doing her thing. Whoa, come on, boy. Come on. This is a nutty climb here, man. Trying not to fall down here. Right up on that back tire there. And we're coming down. Oh, can we get that rear pumpkin? We just slid on the rear pumpkin there. We might have just messed ourselves up. Oh, and she's doing her. Nice. Well, guys, that's a first for this truck. I don't think that would have been doable without those portals. That would not have had the clearance at all. Right there, I'm already happy with them. I thought for sure she was going to flip. Look at that. Whoa. Gotta straddle that. If you guys don't have one of these vehicles, yeah, this is probably my favorite truck to run in the winter. Rain, snow, doesn't matter. After a few years now, we're finally getting moss growing on the course, which is good because it creates better scenery and obstacles. Come down K2 here. Now this is going to be interesting. I wonder if we got enough clearance to make it over this hump here. Oh! Oh wow! Just cleared the skid plate. Whoa, there we go. Down on the pumpkin guard. That's why I have them. Nice. The mod on these tires actually is working quite well. Pretty surprised. Looks just gripping everything. Those sipings really helped. Yeah. Just up and over. Look at that. Got the skid plate there. It's a stainless steel skid plate. I put that on there. It gives an extra about 1 mil on the additional 1 mil on the stock skid plate. The reason why I did that is so that the links don't lose their rod ends so easily, because you're always sliding on your skid plate, and that's why I put them in there. When I take this truck out, I actually have a set of spare links in my backpack, and we've already used a couple. But you can see here how much sliding had wrecked it from before, and this just protects this bit here. Yeah, this was a good investment. You don't want to get out in the middle of nowhere, up a mountain somewhere, and you can't drive your truck home because the wheels go everywhere. I knew when I bought this truck that I was going to be doing some heavy upgrades to it. It is expensive, I know that. And people are like, oh, you're nuts. But, I mean, I've had this truck since it was released. And it's been an ongoing kind of project. Not many vehicles you get this amount of love. So we're going to try, see if we can do much better on the side hills, because we got a wider stance. Now, I know this body is quite heavy, and I was thinking about getting one of the cliffhanger bodies, but we'll see. I don't think she's going to be able to do much of a side hill here. We're not going to get the angle. And there's the lack of pull on the, there we go, lack of pull on the servo. This can be tricky. Ooh, sliding a little. Rear tires slipping. Oh, look at how that's grabbing. Okay, I think we're at our limit there. Try and block the sun here from you guys. So that's the angle that we're sitting on right here. If I pull up any further, that's going to really increase the, see if I can get the rear to slip down a little bit without actually rolling. Whoa. Whoa. This truck is using a hybrid foam and insert. 3D printed insert. That's why I'm able to get my tires to not get misshaped so much. Foam on the outside, and it's like a second stage 3D insert print. Actually works out quite well. Can she climb up? Oh, come on, you heavy beast. Well, I think she's kind of stuck there. We're dragging her tail a bit. Can we get that front end around? Now we'll be ordering the brass for the front portals and the overdrive. Oh, come on. You can do it. You want to. Come on. Oh, yes, 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 yes. There we go. Well, this has turned into quite the SCX6 course. And it's cold out today, so these tires are doing their job. It's probably be about 2 degrees where I'm sitting, 2 degrees Celsius. But yeah, so I'm really happy with these portals. This is a good upgrade for this truck for sure. If you guys haven't or were on the fence about getting them, definitely do. This truck is bonkers. Definitely a huge upgrade. Well, guys, I gotta say, I originally wasn't sure if I was going to purchase those portals or not, just because that system is expensive, but running the truck as long as I have and putting in the money that I'd already put into it, I knew that I was going to be building something special with this truck. And it's bonkers in Toontown. I love it. You could see the amount of crawling it was capable of doing just in its current state. I am going to be doing a few more things to it. Probably getting the overdrive gears for the portals, and then the brass for the front for the portals, just to give it a little bit more weight on the front end. But this is probably one of my favorite vehicles to drive overall. The mass of the vehicle really allows you to do some serious off-road trailing up mountains, and I'm not talking just like regular trails, but like over bushes and like logs and things like that. It really is a lot of fun to drive. I got a couple of different sets of tires for it depending on what I do, but I can see now that the portals were definitely a major upgrade. It just opens up so much having these axles. Even just if you buy the straight axles and later on you want to get the portals, it's also a really good thing to choose, which is what I did. I bought the straight axles first, and then I went ahead and I had purchased the portals after. And then getting the portals just allows you to upgrade it even further. So, you know, you've really got some mainstream upgrades there. This truck is expensive to begin with, so any upgrades that you do buy for it are expensive. Just be careful if you are buying upgrades. Try not to cheap out on parts, as I tried to do that with certain servos, and I got a Power HD 80 kilogram in here, and it cuts out. And I have a Castle BEC in here that's good up for 20 amps. So it's you know, it's got all the power it needs, and it's still cutting out on me. So I definitely got to replace the servo on it. So that's just lost money right there. And you know, I haven't had to replace much in the way of electronics. I'm still running the stock system. That system is more than enough. The crawling abilities, the programming abilities on it, it's fine. I still haven't done anything with this back 2-speed servo. There's no reason to do that either. But definitely the steering servo had to go. Upgrading the axles and the shock hoop was a must to keep your steering, because you're losing so much on that plastic flex. But the rest of the truck's just amazing. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Guys. We'll be seeing more from Vitavon, and I hope that you guys had a great time with this video as much as I did. All right, until next time!
I forgot.